Here in America, we have an amazing culture of always looking for ways to make things better. And if you're like us, that same logic applies to an everyday carry or CCW pistol. Of course, you're looking for ways to get the most capabilities you can without sacrificing comfort or your lifestyle. In front of me, I have 3 pistols, 2 of which are among the most popular everyday carry options out there. The Glock 19 and the SIG P365, which comes in various different versions. But I'm here today to make a case for the lowly Glock 26, an often overlooked but really compelling option. Granted, it has some shortfalls, but we may have some good remedies for those, including a new homegrown project that we've developed in-house here at Flip Defense. Before we get into it, it's important to say that these pistols have been cleared and safe, and this is a controlled environment without any ammunition present. So let's go over what makes a good CCW and what these guns are good at. The SIG is an incredible deep conceal option. Here, the base model P365 is amazingly compact and small and boasts a 10-round capacity, which is actually pretty impressive for the size that it is. Although the trade-offs are that it's going to be snappier given its size, and you're going to have the classic pinky hang. There are many videos about the perks and benefits of the Glock 19. A lot has been said about this platform. It's incredibly reliable, versatile, and combat proven. Some of the downsides to the Glock 19, however, are that many people complain about the ergonomics. And while it's still a compact pistol, it's not as small and compact as the SIG P365. One of the things done to this Glock 19 to make it more usable is the addition of a backstrap. This one's made by Grip Force. We have no relationship with this company, but it's worth saying that they made an amazing product here. This backstrap essentially takes that exaggerated Glock grip angle and gives you something more natural and usable, like a traditional 1911 style grip. It's much more presentable and gives you a much more intuitive point of aim, so you don't have to go looking around for the sights. And if you were to ask us which one we would prefer to get in a gunfight with, the answer is neither. But if we had the choice, the Glock 19 wins on capacity, controllability, and also barrel length. That extra barrel length will give you a little bit more velocity. That being said, the gun that you have on you is much more effective than the one you don't. So there must be a sweet spot in the middle. Enter the Glock 26. The Glock 26 functions off the same proven double-stack Glock platform and boasts the same famous reliability as the Glock 19, with a few differences. It's slightly thinner than the Glock 19, not quite as thin as the P365, but not far off, especially if you're using one of these aftermarket grip modules. This one's made by Wilson Combat. You'll see that it's about the same width as the Glock. The 26 is relatively similar in size vertically to the P365 also. But the major advantage is many of the components that work with this, including magazines and barrels, will still work with this. So if size matters to you and you're looking for something comfortable, concealable, and scalable with a long history of reliability, at least with these 2 options, the Glock 26 may get the edge here. With that being said, the Glock 26 still has that unique Glock grip angle, which, as you present, many shooters, especially shooters who are used to other guns with more traditional 1911 style grips, as you present tends to put your front sight higher than your rear sight, and you often have to do this game of finding your sight or red dot. Whereas with a pistol like the SIG, it's right there. So that begs the question, how can we fix the Glock 26 to get the best of both worlds between capabilities and concealability? For starters, let's fix the grip angle. Now we had to do some minor cutting and sanding to get a good fit, but the Grip Force adapter worked out pretty well to give us that more natural grip angle. And the only thing left to mitigate or fix is the classic pinky hang that comes with micro compacts. SIG and other manufacturers offer different grip modules for the 365. We're big fans of this pistol, and it's been really great so far, but the downside with changing grip modules is you don't always have the time to do so. On the fly, when seconds count, there's still not much you can do to make that pistol more or less concealable. The standard 10-round magazine that comes with the Glock 26 still gives that pinky hang, but there are companies out there that sell these plates for the magazines. They give you that extra little purchase, which is honestly a good solution, but we're big believers that if you're adding anything to your gun, it should bring capabilities, and this little plastic piece here just adds dead space without much utility. So that got us thinking, when you could be using a Glock 26 magazine, why not use a perfectly good Glock 19 magazine? Or even Glock 17 mag? It's just not the most comfortable thing as is. Now there are some companies that sell what they call mag sleeves for these, but they're more suited to the more standard Glock grip angle. So we developed our own mag collar that's specifically made to complement the angle you get with backstraps. And it slides on to most double stack Glock magazines with a tight fit that's not going anywhere unless you deliberately want to take it off. This gives you that full purchase on your Glock, but with a much better ergonomic feel. When you compare this to the Glock 19, you'll see that we've got about the same grip length. The only difference now is in the slide and barrel length. So if we wanted to, we could simply swap out the barrels, and really, that's it. You get a very, very scalable, concealable, and capable package without sacrificing much. The only advantage between these two pistols is the SIG slightly smaller and maybe more concealable on smaller framed people. Now the difference between this and the Glock 19 in this configuration is practically nothing. Simply swap the magazine for a more concealable form factor, or you can scale up in the event that you need it. But that's not all. Not only does this new mag shroud work on Glock 19 and Glock 17 factory magazines, but if you happen to legally own one of these longer double stack factory 9mm Glock mags that you can legally possess, own, and use, of course, this lets you comfortably use one of these magazines. And what you end up getting may be hard to recognize, but it's still the same Glock 26 with improved ergonomics, a longer barrel, and more comfortably compatible magazine options. Let us know what you think in the comments. We love hearing your feedback. Would you use this mag shroud? These are currently available on our website, and if there's enough interest, we'll consider additional production runs in the future.